Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably my service in this building, but
Nah,
it's all good.
nah, it's all good. I said, yeah, I feel like it's not a reach to say you just um had the biggest upset in Ultimate Madness history, just with Geechi being a three-time champion in the year, him being
Yeah.
a prior winner. Like when they going through them vote, like walk me round by round. How you feeling after every round? Like you go first, then when Geechi goes in his first, how you feeling after his
Like
first?
when I went first, after his first, I felt like I had more bars and shit in there though.
Yeah,
But like being in the building, he had like that veteran presence, and the crowd was taking on the more like simpler shit, or like you feel me. He just had the crowd, so when I'm thinking in the first, I'm like, I think I won. Maybe I get that from the judges. Like it was highly debatable in the first. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But then I went out the first feeling it was debatable, even after he rapped. Then
okay,
after I did my second, like my second, I was a little worried about because I feel like I was heavy on like the Chicago lane. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
didn't know if people was gonna take to it like that because some of the niggas I sparred with who wasn't from Chicago, they was like, man, maybe you need to punch more in the second. I just kind of stuck to my guns, like this one for me. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna
yeah,
do it. I'm gonna rap it like this anyway. So I was confident in my second. I just didn't know how people who wasn't from Chicago was gonna take to the round. You feel me? So and then because after the first, he did put like some veteran pressure. I'm like, oh, this is an elite nigga up here. Like,
yeah.
damn.
Nah,
I got it's still another notch I gotta take it up to. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So that's what it was in the second. That was my mentality in the second. And after my second, once he spit his rebuttal in the second and it kind of fell flat, I'm like, oh, I'm good now. You feel
yeah.
like I got this round. And then after the second, then the third, my third was coming out better, like the Crip Mac bar and shit,
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah. That shit was a big reaction. That shit shook the
Yeah.
room.
Once I got him there, I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, okay, I got him hooked now. So as the third winded down, and I came to a transition where because like I was transitioning to start a whole new rhyme scheme, and it just slipped me up for a second. I'm like, fuck.
yeah,
But then at the end of the round, I'm like, damn, that's gonna cost me. Like this Geechi, you can't. In my mind, I'm like, you can't be doing that with the elite niggas, like, because I wasn't. The first wasn't super clear in my mind. Like I felt I won, but and then it's the fan vote. Then my brother walked up to me and was like, "Nigga, you won the fan vote." I'm like, "I ain't win no fan vote versus Geechi Gotti."
yeah,
No, you won the fan vote, nigga. So when Cal did his, made it dramatic and picked me first, I'm like, "Oh, I just need one more person." Like,
yeah,
and man, once Polo came through, it's like all my judge battles, like the ones I won, they all come down to the wire. You feel me? I think that say something about stepping up to the competition, except for the one I lost against MVP. Shout out, bro. That's the only one wasn't close, like split decision judges. Like, you feel me? So it's
yeah.
fire. I'm doing
Yeah, I was just about to say that too. Like I know in your mind when your brother tells you you win the fan vote, cause I'm in the same position as you. I was saying that's one of the reasons I didn't want to enter the tournament because I was skeptical if it came to that situation. Would the fan vote go the right way, or would it just be, you know what I mean, who they favor more? So
yeah,
when I was in my chat and I said who won and they said you, I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? Because for me, I feel like you was on your way to possibly winning the third two into the slip up, but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
since it's a judge
That wasn't
battle,
even
that's
no crazy.
critical. So you know what I mean. And then Geechee third, that was like vintage Geechee. So you got the third, you clearly got the second. To me, watching at home, because I know how it is. If I was in the building, seeing him go second with that presence and you being there, I probably would have edged him. But when I'm watching it at home, I'm like, it's close. You know what I mean? I can understand how you go either way, but you know what I mean? Just being what I gravitate to, you know what I mean, the lyricism. So y'all both talking street shit. So at that point for me, I'ma just go with who I feel like, you know what I mean, got
Yeah,
more,
I
you know
mean,
what I
shout
mean?
out to bro. I feel like I was the better rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I was the
Not
better
you
rapper.
had in your first you had more intricacy. And then I'm gonna tell you also what happens, right? Is a lot of times people get upset, and I said this in my recap when they counted out or they the underdog, but that puts the pressure on the favorite. So also what you keep in mind, right? When people picking Geechee, now because the battle is so close, everybody that just had him sweeping you, they're gonna lean to your side because
Exactly.
his job just became so much harder because now he has the overkill. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
wasn't tripping about everybody picking them. I'm like,
Yeah,
all I
yeah,
gotta do is go in there and wild out, and they gonna set the upset up for me
yeah, yeah,
because everybody's picking them, and I'm finna show these niggas I can rap, like for real, you
yeah.
know. So that was the whole mentality, and that was the reason I put my belt up. So
Hmm.
now I'm putting all my leverage on the line. I could
Yeah.
have walked out of there with nothing.
Nothing. Yo, I was just about to say that too, right? A nigga think you crazy is only crazy until the shit work, and now, not mean you a genius. Not mean when niggas first see that blog and True Folk says I'm putting up the War Dog belt, I just see the comments go crazy, the blogs, the media. Yo, why would he do that? Not mean. And now in the
Yeah.
end, the result, you know what I mean? You come out of the situation looking like, oh, this nigga knew what he was doing. He was, I mean, he was on point with the situation. 2,500 from Surf, the War Dog. You know what I mean? You retained your belt and you got a win over. You know what I mean? Damn near like you said on paper, the number one battle rapper in the world right now, and you move forward to closer to that 100K. So moving on to that, now that you got a rematch with Sheed happens. I know Rum Nitty said rematches is easier, but I know that ain't
Now
that
it's my first rematch, so this
yeah,
gonna be my approach to it. I know she don't want to lose to me twice. He ain't want to lose to none twice. It's like
yeah,
he getting a chance to conquer his demons and shit. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So I got to make sure I stop him in his track because like this is just game one. This is just like the 8 seed of beating the 1 seed in the playoffs. Now it's just time to go, and you got to see if it's a fluke or not. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to show consistency and get up there, do my thing. I won against She last time, so I just want to do it again, just show more dominance and shit, man. I ain't sleeping on Sheed. It's on the stage where a nigga like Sheed, I probably had the upper hand in the UM4 because it was more of a closed room. People
yeah.
can hear me more. But she can get up there and dance and do moves and bring bars to life. And so I gotta worry about that as a whole nother monster to tackle. You feel me? So
Nah, for sure. Without saying too much, because you got to keep that in the tuck, but just seeing what the judges like from this first week against Geechi, does that go in the back of your mind to what you implement into the new material now that you get to see what you know what I mean they gravitating to?
I mean the whole me being in another tournament, just the whole this tournament, it matter if you getting that crowd involved. You know,
For
like
sure.
it's just you gotta keep the people active and shit. Like that was really that was one of the things that made me think of bars like the Crip Mac bar, or you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It made me think of that type of shit because they was telling us it's gonna be a stage, and shit like that. And we know they being strict 2:30 on the
Yeah.
time. If P
Yeah.
was holding the time up like a shot clock, nigga, it's like so. I just know to just get the crowd involved and just stay true to you because they the judges like the originality and shit, you know,
Mm-hmm.
coming in being yourself. So just getting the crowd involved and just getting my shit off. Like I just want to pace myself. Like me being a battle rapper, coming in this shit, being at the professional level now. It's about pacing. Everything ain't got to be you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
just learning that shit. But other than that, I'm confident. Go ahead and go crazy with shit.
Nah, that's a
Make
fact.
our class look good.
Let me ask you this, right? Was it difficult writing for Geechi? Because I know y'all got a relationship, you know what I mean, outside of battle rap. Like he's one of the first, I think, or one of the few of the, you know what I mean, top guys that embrace you like from the beginning. I seen you on No Studio, so you know what I mean. Was there any like,
No, it's for 100K.
yeah,
I normally don't like battling my friends, and Geechi is really my friend, like real
yeah,
shit. Like, but this is for 100, man. Big
yeah,
bro just had this.
yeah, yeah? I
I
feel you.
tried to put as much respect as I could in the round, but it's still battle rap. Like
Yeah,
I was saying shit like I appreciate you, bro, woo, all that, but nigga, this for 100. Like I was throwing that in there just to let them know, like nigga, it's love, but it's 100K. You
yeah,
feel me? So that was just my route with that. Um, I don't like battling my friends. I don't want to
yeah,
battle Heavy Half or Piranha or real name Brandon, who is my cousin. I don't want to battle them niggas, but if the certain situations come up like 100K, then we got to battle, nigga. You know.
yeah. Um, another question for you: coming from the circumstances that you come from in the background, like if somebody told you you would be where you at right now in battle rap this fast, would you believe them?
Nah, yeah, hell yeah, I'd have
Yeah,
believed them because I told Bills and P when they booked me for Survivor Series, like They was like, man, we can't find your opponent. I say, man, take y'all time, cause this shit in the cards for me. I'ma shine in this shit regardless. Like whenever. You could ask P and Bills. That's what I told him. Like, man, I'ma shine in this shit. You feel me? I remember P liked to compare basketball player. He was like, man, we don't want no first round buzz. I say, well, P, man, I might be that nigga that turned out to be Kawhi Leonard. You never know. You know what I'm saying? So if a nigga told me this, I said, yeah, because I wanted to do this shit. This the shit I grew up on. This shit. I
Yeah,
knew watching it back when you was younger and watching
yeah,
it, like we were around the same age. I just turned
yeah.
30, so
Oh yeah,
we were
yeah. I'm
around the same
31.
age.
Yeah, yeah. We the same
Yeah,
man.
so
Yeah,
when I used to watch you, I'm like, man, this nigga the same age. I could do this shit. I could do this shit. Feel me?
yeah.
Back then. So now I'm here. I'm doing it, making it happen. So
Nah, definitely, especially from where you from. Like, you know what I mean? For a while, the look was there, but it was really like, you know what I mean, on a big level, it was Big T. You know what I mean? That's what
yes,
we think of when we think of Chicago. So, you know what I mean, to see now, you know what I mean, you emerging. And then I mean Big Cannon and Young Cannon definitely set the groundwork. But I'm talking about in terms of the high popularity, like they respected lyricists, of course, from me and the battle
yes.
rap culture. But Big T was like, you know what I mean, heavy on
Yeah,
URL.
Big T gave me a lot of, gave me a lot of pointers about being on the stage because that was different. Like,
Yeah,
even though the crowd wasn't just being on that stage up there with that pressure on there, like them lights up, that felt like a big stage moment. Now I ain't saying I did a 4,000, 3,000,
yeah,
whatever shit. I'm just saying it just felt different, especially going against Geechi. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So Big T gave me a lot of we was on the phone, showed me a lot of love, like, man, bro, when you up there, do this, don't, just pointers and shit, like how we all want the vets to do, you know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah,
earned my shit. Like Big T didn't remember when I was first battling in the city on the local leagues, you know what I'm saying? And as I rose in the game, niggas like Big T ear came more to me, like, all right, I see you shine, like, what's up? So it's love, man.
nah, I just think that shit is not mean super amazing. You know what I mean? Whatever the journey is, if a nigga just want to be a rapper, if a nigga's in the streets, and then this shit opens doors where a nigga don't have to do whatever it is that they was
Yeah,
doing, and
no,
not
for real,
not
this shit
strictly.
keep a nigga out of trouble. A
Yeah,
nigga like I ain't one of them niggas that be trying to brag about I'm outside. Ooh, like it just is what it is. I was raised that way and shit, but this shit keep a nigga out of trouble. Like, uh, I had built some momentum back in 2019 a little bit. Got a decent little battle with Jack Boy on a car royalty or something because I was working all 2019 through the PG system. Then I caught a case. At that moment, it was like, damn, that was like me coming in my biggest battle. Then I catch a fucking case, got to sit down for a year. I was supposed to be on Ultimate Madness 1,
yeah, yeah. No, I
all
remember
that
you said
shit. You
that.
feel
Yeah,
me? So that shit had fucked me up. But them situations, battle rap got me out of them situations. Like the streets could have came. I could have went the street route, but battle rap paid my bond. Battle rap paid for my lawyer. Ooh, so that kind of made me feel like, yo, like if I can get this shit through battle rap, they paying for lawyers and bonds and all that shit. Maybe I need to take this a little bit more serious and shit like that. So that shit is what's up with me for real. Like one of my Shelly was on stage with me today. You feel me? I met that nigga in the county. He was on the stage with me today. You feel me?
fire.
So it's love. I had to miss my man's funeral to be here, and I had to text all my homies like, man, I gotta go put this work in. I'm sorry I couldn't make the funeral. I love, bro. My mom went to the funeral for me, so my people could know I wanted to be there. I had to come out here and do this work, and just getting that win was just love. You feel me? So
Yeah, nah, that's real. That's tough, but that's real. That you got real people around you to understand. You know what I mean? What's on the line with still, you know what I mean, being respectful. My condolences to who you lost. Um,
yeah,
when you said that line, I think that like you had a lot of lines in a second. The Beamer line, when you said the first time I heard of a 750 Beamer, I thought it was a gun. That was
yeah.
crazy, but the line when you said the nigga that shot me is still alive, because when you hear a nigga say he's still alive, I'm sitting at home watching, we're like, okay, well, what's the line? And then when you say, but that nigga went to, so many funerals, I feel like at home and in the building, that's when everybody's like, yeah. Like, cause it's a certain lane. Like after watching Stumbles later, I don't know, y'all battled already or nah?
Nah, me and Stumbles ain't never
Yeah,
battled.
like if he don't mess up, I feel like that's one.
I thought Stumbles would have when Stumbles was up there talking
Yeah,
that
yeah, he
shit.
was talking that shit. So when you see,
And just before you go to that, I think a nigga like Geechi Gotti niggas like Calico, like they made it cool to be street niggas again. Like this
Yeah,
who we is. Like
yeah.
you feel me? So niggas like Stumbles, niggas like me, niggas like Easy the Block Captain, like
Mm-hmm.
niggas is getting they shit off. It ain't always got to be punch. If you carry that aura, rap like how you rap. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So Stumbles was up there talking. If my boy wouldn't have stumbled, I think he would have got that pretty
Yeah,
convincingly.
yeah. Because he had niggas rocking with him. That's why I said Stumbles. I heard he battled Easy already, but I feel like that could happen again. You know what I mean? Like it's just the whole thing with this shit is just like once you find your lane and then people gravitate to it, you want to go for them matchups because that's what the people gonna eat up. You know what I mean? Down
Yeah,
the line,
hell yeah.
Truthful and Easy, Truthful and Stumbles. You know what I mean? Truthful and Calico. You know what I mean? Gnome 15 or whatever. Like that type
I'm
of shit.
with it.
Yeah, that type of shit is
With
what's going. Now, I mean, set the tone. You setting up the matches in the future. But yeah, after you said that line, everybody in my chat and just the way the crowd reacted, like it's like you have certain rounds that's like, yo, I'm here to stay rounds. Like I seen Nels on the commentate and was like, oh, you got some things to work on. To me, the only thing I feel like you got to work on is, I mean, the obvious, remembering all your material. But the way
Yeah,
you presented yourself, the way you was delivering it, my nigga, that shit is A1 because you being yourself. That's what niggas forget. The moment
yeah,
you
yeah,
yourself, it don't matter where you come from, you gonna make people gravitate to what you talking about. They gonna be interested in knowing what is he talking about, how your confidence is when you delivering it. So I feel like that's what that second round was. It was like that was the levitating round for your career. Like for whoever
yeah.
slept
No,
on
no,
you,
no. They
yeah,
niggas was saying it was the round of the weekend.
yeah,
For the people that was on the card this weekend, I'm like, my round. It was a little shocked. I'm damn.
yeah,
Okay. So that's the level I need to be at. You know what I'm saying? It's just realization and shit. You know,
yeah.
that's it.
Now that's a fact. Before I let you go, Britt in the chat, she said, was you wearing the Air Forces?
Yeah, yeah. I slept in my Air Force. I didn't take them
Okay.
off the whole weekend. I slept in them. I took a shower in them. It was lit for real.
All right, man. Nah,
I'm,
good, good, good.
after the tournament, I make it all the way to the tournament and win 100K. I'm gonna autograph these bitches and put them up for sale or something. I don't
Nah,
know.
you got to, you got to. Now I mean, 2 weeks,
Yeah.
June 4th, True 4 vs. C happens. I'm gonna tap back in with you then. Now I mean, good looking for.